Daily Mail has this. When a marriage hits a rocky patch, couples find different ways of bringing back the magic. Date night or perhaps counseling. For Jada Pinkett Smith and her husband Will, it took a public scandal to reset the relationship. Pinkett now says in an interview, quote, "I nearly didn't even attend the Oscars that year, but I'm glad I did. I call it the holy slap now because so many positive things came from it." She is, of course, referring to the 2022 Oscars at which her husband had been nominated and he slapped. We know about that. She says, quote, "That moment of the S hitting the fan is when you see where you really are. After all those years of trying to figure out if I would leave Will's side, it took that slap for me to see that I will never leave him. Who knows where our relationship would be if that hadn't happened." So it's another interview that Jada Pinkett Smith is doing. And in this interview, she says that she's glad that the slap happened because that's when she decided that she's not going to leave Will Smith because it was strengthening of their relationship or something like that. So first of all, Jada Pinkett Smith just will not stop talking. She won't stop. She apparently subscribes to the school of PR crisis management that says when you're in a PR crisis, just keep talking, which is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do in these situations. But her idea is like, just say more and more things. And I guess the hope is that you'll win the public relations war by attrition. Or maybe the idea is to say so many insane and disgusting and repellent things that nobody can keep track anymore. So I'm not sure what the strategy is, but this woman will not stop. And now she says that the slap was a great thing for their marriage. And it's when she decided not to leave Will Smith, except that she did leave him. So she did leave him. So she decided not to leave him, except in the sense that she actually did leave. Like, she left the house and moved in somewhere else and announced to the world that they're not together anymore. So in that sense, she left him, but in some other sense, some mystical, ephemeral sense, she didn't leave him. If that makes sense, which it doesn't. But the real takeaway here is that she sees the slap as a positive, as holy. It destroyed her husband's life and career. Like, his career is over because it's probably never really going to. At least it's never going to get back to what it was. It made him into a disgrace, a punchline. Like, that is the thing that people will remember Will Smith for forever. That is his legacy now. And she sees it as a positive. And why is that? Because she obviously enjoys watching this man debase himself. As we know, she takes a great deal of pleasure in Will Smith's public humiliation. Like, it really is amazing how evil this woman is. She's like a cartoon. She's the kind of person who, if she was a character in a movie, like, it would take you out of the story because she's too evil. You would say, like, it's not even believable. For most homeowners, window replacement is not something that they've done before, and for many, it isn't something that they want to do, but rather something they have to do. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, I have great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and a free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's signature service is committed to giving you the best customer experience possible through the perfect combination of the best people in the industry, a superior process, and an exclusive product. Right now, Renewal by Andersen is offering a free in-home or virtual consultation on durable, quality, affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. Text Walsh to 200-300 for your free consultation to save $375 on every window and $750 on every door. These savings aren't going to last long, so be sure to check it out by texting Walsh to 200-300. That's Walsh to 200-300. But she continues to be, at least, a great cautionary tale for young men. And that's why I always say, anytime that there's a story about Jada Pinkett Smith, now she's a quite an extreme case, but to a somewhat maybe a lesser degree, this is not uncommon in relationships, where you have one member of the relationship who like enjoys the other person being embarrassed. And there are plenty of men who find themselves in relationships with women who are like this. And yeah, it happens in the reverse too. But just talking about the Jada Pinkett Smith, like there are many Jada Pinkett Smiths, maybe not quite. She's the ultimate supervillain, but there are many who are kind of in her, sort of in that vein. And you can see you see examples of it all the time. Like we've all been around, you're around a couple and maybe the wife or the girlfriend brings something up supposedly in a joking way, but that's actually embarrassing for the man. And you could tell that he's really embarrassed by it. And yeah, you could do that in a way that's actually joking, and you can't take yourself too seriously in a relationship, and so you tease each other or whatever. And that, and that can happen even in publicly, in a way that's obviously well-meaning. But there are plenty of times when we've all seen this, and it's very awkward to be around it. When you see a man get kind of like cut down and embarrassed by his wife or his girlfriend. And you could tell, Jada Pinkett Smith loves doing it. She loves to just embarrass this man. And it's red flag. If you're with men are always, I get questions from young men all the time. What should you be looking for in a woman? And there's a lot to be looking for. But when you talk about red flags, you're dating a woman, if there's like one time, even once, when she does or says anything that is intended to legitimately embarrass you, even in a small way, then get the hell out. Just get out immediately. You got a Jada Pinkett Smith on your hands. And it's not going to get better, as Will Smith, unfortunately for him, has discovered. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.